Today is Friday, April 10th. Welcome to today's Inside Scoop. They are back from break this week. It was an exciting week. They are starting to roll into the last 6 weeks of session with the train wreck on the horizon. Last night, the governor did his State of the State address, in which he outlined various proposals which he called his priorities. These do not necessarily line up with the House or the Senate and their priorities. The governor once again drew the difference between the House and him specifically regarding the taxes. The House has a $2 billion tax cut target. The governor does not agree with cutting the taxes. The governor targets some modest amount of tax relief. The Senate has a $460 million tax relief target. Big differences there between $2 billion and some modest tax relief of around $400 million. Also outlined some spending proposals in his State of the State, specifically having to do with education. The governor has wanted to invest in education. He also wants to invest in transportation. The Senate has a nice target for K-12 and higher ed of about $550 million. The House has differences of opinion on how much they should spend on education and how they would come up with the transportation money. Finally, the big difference is Health and Human Services budget. The House has a $1.1 billion tax target for their HHS budget. The governor is spending money, and the Senate currently has a spend target in HHS as well. So you can see the makings of what will be the train wreck before the solution just in those numbers by themselves. This week's hearings in the House, we were busy. We had a 5% for waiver rate increases bill that is authored by Hamilton that was laid over for possible inclusion in the omnibus bill. We had our workforce bill that is authored by Baker that was, again, you'll hear a familiar refrain, laid over for possible inclusion in an omnibus bill. We had our size and setting legislation that was, guess? Yes, laid over for possible inclusion in an omnibus bill. And finally, we had our vaccination study, which was laid over for possible inclusion in an omnibus bill. Next week, we will have a number of hearings on nursing facilities. We anticipate our nursing facility payment bill to be up in the House on Tuesday, and we are told possibly Tuesday in the Senate, but we're not positive yet. They will also then start to put together what the actual omnibus bill will look like, and we will find out what was actually included in the omnibus bill, not just laid over for possible inclusion in the omnibus bill. So that will be very exciting. I'm sure you're all on pins and needles waiting to see that. But as soon as we get it, we will get information out to you as to what is included in those bills. Finally, what can you do? Well, not only can you continue to watch these wonderful updates on the Inside Scoop, but we wanted to say thank you for all of you who hosted a Visit a Seniors Day. I had feedback from a number of legislators that they really appreciated getting invited and had some quality visits at our nursing facilities. It helps reinforce our message at the Capitol, so thank you very much. You can visit again the Face Aging Minnesota website. We have ongoing updated materials and videos that will be forthcoming that will help you with messaging to legislators as we head into the last 5 weeks. And last, yes, you can tune in next week for yet another Inside Scoop where we will tell you what's happening or what happened at the legislature this week. So thanks for watching, and What do you have to put up with around here? Ugh! My notes. Extensive. 2 pages. Wow. Are you ready?